Water is a major component of our bodies, as it makes up about 60% of our weight, and even from a biological standpoint, there is no life without water. Why is water so important? It's because, in fact, water is commonly used as a solvent, meaning it provides a vital environment for all other molecules, allowing the body to function as efficiently and effectively as possible and thus sustain life. And so, compared to other components of the human body, water is one of the most regulated and controlled components throughout life in order to avoid problems related to either dehydration or overhydration. And so the human body really, as I mentioned earlier, actually has many different mechanisms to carefully regulate hydration in order to maintain and support proper healthy functioning of all its systems. And so now for the past few years, there have been periods of very intense heat. We experienced another one in June 2025, and it's yet another opportunity to highlight the importance of proper hydration, especially to show the effects of dehydration. In fact, we consider that dehydration begins when we lose 2% of our body weight, which corresponds to mild dehydration. At 5%, it's moderate dehydration, and beyond 10%, we reach severe dehydration, which can lead to hospitalization. And the main consequences of dehydration are both a decrease in physical performance and a decline in alertness and cognitive abilities. And so in this context, bioimpedance analysis is truly a very important and highly effective tool for assessing dehydration, and thus for advising people and showing them that they need to stay hydrated in order to maintain their bodily functions. This applies to high-level athletes who lose a significant amount of water during their training, but also to much more vulnerable populations such as children, the elderly, or people with chronic illnesses in order to prevent their conditions from becoming even harder to manage during periods of heat. But bioimpedance analysis is not only useful for dehydration, it is also valuable for detecting overhydration. Indeed, there are certain conditions, particularly kidney and heart diseases, that are characterized by an increase in the body's water volume, which is the main pathophysiological consequence of these illnesses. And so, for practitioners managing these conditions, it is necessary for these professionals to monitor hydration in order to assess whether there is overhydration and thus limit fluid overload, particularly through dialysis or prescribing diuretics. And so in this context, bioimpedance analysis is truly a relevant tool for monitoring hydration, quickly detecting dehydration or overhydration in individuals.